The first $100,000 is the hardest. So if you're starting out in your cleaning business, getting to that first $100,000 in revenue is going to be the hardest step that you'll need to take, going from zero to that 100K, perhaps in a year. This would equate to around $8,000 a month. So once you get over that first $100,000, you will have learned so much about the business. You will have learned about managing clients, performing good quality cleaning, attracting new clients, recruiting, that when you get beyond that $100,000, things will become a lot easier, a lot simpler, and you'll be able to grow much more quickly. Unfortunately, at the very early stages, there's a lot of trial and error. There'll be a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted money, but if you can get through that initial period, then things will definitely get easier. So in this video, I wanted to take you through how you go from zero to $100,000 as quickly as possible. Many of you will be doing the cleaning yourself at the beginning. And this is perfectly understandable. As I talk about in other videos on my channel, really what you want to think about is trying to get yourself out of the day-to-day, cleaning itself. And when you find that you're moving out of the actual doing the cleaning, your business will start to grow much more quickly because you'll have more time to focus on how you grow the business. But from 0 to 100K, you can probably get there as a solo cleaner just working by yourself. So if I break down the numbers for you, $100,000 over the year works out at about $8,333 a month. So if we focus purely on recurring clients, recurring residential clients, let's say the average client pays you $150 a cleaning. That equates to about $300 a month if they're a bi-weekly client. So if we take that $8,333 per month, divide it by 300, that gives us the number of recurring clients that we need to service each month. And this comes out at about 28 bi-weekly clients. So in other words, we're doing cleanings for 14 different clients every week. So you could theoretically do this as a solo cleaner. So let's say you were doing 2 jobs a day. Obviously 14 cleanings a week would be 2 cleanings a day, assuming you're working 7 days a week. If you're getting much beyond that, you're going to find it quite difficult to find the time really to squeeze in more jobs. Maybe you're working into the evenings, but you'll be physically pretty tired. So I believe that as a solo cleaner, you can get to $100,000 a year just working yourself, but beyond that, it's going to be a lot more difficult. So if you are working in the field, we need to think about how do we manage our clients? So, you may be going to a particular client property, but then there'll be other clients getting in touch with you, asking, can we shift this afternoon's cleaning to another time, or can you add this particular item on the checklist? There'll be lots of correspondence from your existing clients, particularly if you've got 28 bi-weekly clients. You're probably getting, some messages every day from your existing clients. And really, this is where it's important to try to keep everything as possible on mobile. If it's accessible on your phone through internet or through a mobile app, it's going to be far easier for you to manage the business on the go. If you're going from your morning job to the afternoon job, you'll be able to use your phone, pick up your phone, respond to any emails, but importantly, what you'll need to have in place is a scheduling software. And the scheduling software is really what sits at the middle of your cleaning business. So two really great examples of this Maid Service scheduling software. One is ZenMaid and another is Booking Koala. I work with lots of cleaning companies that use both those softwares. And essentially what a scheduling software is, it is like a glorified calendar. It has all your clients in there, all your client bookings in there, the days of the week, the times of the day they're in there, the length of the cleaning, details around the cleaning. But there's lots more in addition to this. You have online payments, you have reminder emails that can send in there. But the reason why having a scheduling software is important, even as a solo cleaner, is that it very easily allows you to move cleanings around. It extend cleanings, reduce cleanings, add checklists, all that type of thing. And it's much more seamless than, say, using a Google Calendar that can quickly get out of hand. So a scheduling software like Zenmade or Booking Koala is really, really important. You can access both online or through the mobile app, so it allows you to be able to manage your existing clients on the go. And that's super important, especially if you are out in the field most of the day. You don't need to wait until the second cleaning or your final cleaning to then go back home, open up your laptop and then respond to everyone. Then you can get back to people much more quickly. So managing clients requires a scheduling software. Look at those. Many of them have free trials. Just try a few of them out and look and try and invest in one of those softwares as early as you can in your business. It will make things much more easy as you go along. So the next point is, we've got the client management piece sorted out. How do we deal with new client inquiries? So you're out in the field, you're doing the cleaning, you've got existing clients getting in touch with you, but then you'll also get new prospective clients wanting to get in touch with you as well. So many of them will be asking for pricing information. I've got a 3-bedroom property, I'm looking to get a bi-weekly service in this zip code, can you provide a price? So as I talk about on many of the other videos on my channel, the speed of response to new client inquiries is super, super important. Ideally, we want to get those clients on the phone because we can answer any questions with them, we can establish rapport, and generally this is the best way to get a potential or a client lead to becoming a booked client. But obviously, if you're in the field, if you're doing the cleaning, particularly if you're at your client's property, it's not likely or may not be possible or not professional to contact these potential clients on the phone. So if this happens, what we need to do is rely on 2 other ways of communication. So ideally, we all know about email. If a client sends you an email asking for pricing information, you can respond to that client relatively easily. But better is SMS. What you find is that if you contact clients by SMS, they're far more likely to open those messages, far more likely to respond. And if you get much higher engagement, you're more likely to close that client. So if we can't use the phone to speak to prospective clients, we should use SMS and email together to try to get that client the information, then try and book them in there and then. So SMS and email is the primary ways we want to be getting our new potential clients to get in touch with us. So obviously with this in mind, we need that information to be visible on our website. So rather than call this number to get a pricing information, you want to say text this number to get a price, or email us to get this price, or fill in this online form to get us a price. Obviously, if you're getting lots of call us now, you're going to be getting lots of inbound calls and you won't be able to pick up those calls because you'll be doing the cleaning. So make sure that text message and email options are very, very visible on your website, and make it clear that that is the way to get in touch with you to get pricing information. So your website is important. Where you advertise and how you advertise, I go into in a lot of detail about some of my favorite marketing channels, but generally I like the pay-per-lead sites Bark and Thumbtack. They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but they allow you to pick and choose your client leads. And if you've got a bit of time and you need a bit more work, then in between jobs you can just use the app, look through all the new client leads, and you can decide which of those that you want to purchase there and then. So Bark and Thumbtack are good options. Google LSA is a good option. There's obviously a phone call option and a message lead option. Obviously, receiving inbound calls may be difficult for you, so you may just decide to opt in for the message leads. The fourth channel that I would say would be Google Ads. If you've got a decent budget, and when I mean decent budget, I'm talking about $1,000 plus a month, then you can use Google Ads effectively to send traffic to your landing page or your website. And as I said a few minutes ago, your website would make it clear that that person needs to text you or to fill out an online form or email you for further information. So that would be how you would deal with new potential clients coming in. And then to round it off, we need to think about recruitment. When do we start recruiting? How do we start recruiting that first cleaner? So, if you are getting capped out, you are working pretty much full-time as a solo cleaner and trying to figure out how to take the next step, how to grow the business, this is where you will inevitably need to start looking at recruitment. So generally, the place to find new recruits is Indeed.com. It's probably the world's most popular recruitment website. So whichever area you're based, let's say you're in Chicago, you're a cleaning business owner in Chicago, you could go to Indeed.com and type in cleaning jobs in Chicago, and you can see all the cleaning companies out there that are advertising for cleaning staff. So this would be where I would look to hire my first recruit. You can look at all these other cleaning companies that are advertising to get a feel of what the pay rate is. You'll obviously need to nail down a pay rate once you push out your first advert, and also the way the adverts are created. People use bullet points or spacing, others use big chunks of text. Generally, you want to put together an advert that is relatively brief, bullet points if you need, certainly not big chunks of text. So, with that in mind, I would look at maybe some of the franchises in your area or some of the bigger, more established cleaning companies that you're aware of. They have probably got a good template because they probably tested the results with time. So use those other cleaning companies' job adverts as a template for your own. Obviously, don't be copy pasting it, but in terms of the structure, you want to borrow some of the things that they've been using. So when you're starting to get capped out, you'll need to use Indeed, create a job ad, and then start fielding those potential applicants in. The way to get that first person in, and the way that I did in my cleaning business, is that, if you are full, you have a full schedule with your first cleaner, hire your second cleaner to then work alongside that first cleaner. This is great in a number of ways, because if your first cleaner is getting great client ratings, well, if it's you doing the cleaner and you're getting good ratings, that if a new cleaner is working alongside you, you can keep an eye on their standards. That new cleaner can probably look at some of the ways that you clean. And if you're cleaning at a high standard, by working side by side with this new cleaner, you'll be able to raise that cleaner's standards to your level if they're not already there. So this is great in terms of bringing in quality control and ensuring that your new cleaners are cleaning at a sufficiently high level. But obviously, if you are starting to work another cleaner, then effectively your cleaning time is halved. So, let's say a 3-bedroom property normally would take you 4 hours by yourself. If it's 2 of you, then it could be 2 hours. So in effect, you increase your capacity by working with another cleaner. So, you can bring in more clients, you can add more revenue, and this is a really great way to take your business to the next level. So once you have your first cleaner hired and working alongside, you can start, you can do a couple of things. You can either work with them on more jobs together and get to the point where you are happy with the standard of their cleaning, and then any new jobs that come in, you can get that new cleaner just to go to that new client on their own, and you can start to fill out their schedule accordingly. And once that new cleaner is completely filled, then you rinse and repeat, go and hire another one and get that new cleaner to work with your previous recruit. And in theory, this works well because it allows you to maintain the standards as you go along. The final piece on recruitment, and something that I mentioned at the start of the video, is that many cleaning business startups will have the cleaning business owner doing the cleaning at the beginning, and that's completely fine. I've gone through the detail in this video about what that would look like. But ideally, what you want to start doing as the business gains momentum is, as the business owner, you want to try and hand off more and more of the cleaning work to your other cleaning staff and step more into like a management or an office role. And in that role, you are basically focusing more of your time and energy in terms of, how do I grow this business? Maybe you're looking at testing different marketing channels. Maybe you're looking to improve your website. There are lots of different things that you can do, but obviously by spending more time on how you grow the business, strangely enough, that will mean that your business grows quicker. So you want to gradually phase yourself out of the business. Obviously, if you have a full roster of clients, many of those clients, if they're happy with you, won't really want you to change them to another new cleaner. So, many clients will be aware that as the business owner, you want to grow. So, you can't continue to serve them, and hopefully most of them will be understanding at that point. The way to do it is to get one of your other cleaners to work alongside to make sure that the client is happy with this new cleaner, and then hand it over to that new cleaner. And you can reassure that client that if there are any problems, you can just get back to them, and that way you can phase yourself and hand over your existing client base to your new cleaners. So getting to 100,000 is difficult. It often requires you as the business owner doing the cleaning, but also figuring out, how do I get these clients? How do I attract new clients? How do I manage my clients? And then as you get capped out, how do I start recruiting that first person? Once you get to that 100, you'll find that you've got a huge amount of knowledge and experience, and then going from 100 to say 200 or 300 is actually, strangely enough, a lot more simple. So in this next video, I'm going to take you through how you get from that 100,000 a year to $1 million. And this video goes through the step-by-step processes, what you need to do differently for your marketing as well as your recruitment. But this will break down the process to get to that 7-figure level. So I hope you found this video today helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.